Ian is going to start us off in Guam. Hi, Ian. How are you?
Good morning, gentlemen. Half a day. I'm doing well. I was hoping that you and John could help me today answering this question. Currently in baby step 46, we have a paid-off car. Our family is growing, and I'm trying to find out, how do we upgrade a vehicle without going back into debt, and especially with this time, but how do we do that?
Well, I think you have to save the money.
Yes.
So how do you save the money? I mean, what is your income?
Currently about 90,000.
That's good. So what is your current car worth?
It's estimated between 11 to 15 trade-in.
11 to 15 is a pretty good range. So we probably can get 15 in this current world that we live in. Okay, so let's call it 15. What are you upgrading to? What kind of price range car would you buy?
So upgrading from a Corolla to hopefully a full-size SUV, just with the amount of stuff that we have. We're traveling the rest of the year doing travel nursing, so we're trying to go back to the States.
How much money?
Currently saved up.
No, how much will the SUV cost?
About 25 to 35. That's our range. Our budget is 25 to 35. So we're looking.
You don't have a budget. You don't have any money. You have a budget once you've got money, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's call it 25. If you sell yours for 15 and you're going to buy an SUV for 25, you need 10. You make 90. How long does it take to get 10 when you make 90?
Pretty quick.
Okay. That's how you do it.
Okay.
I mean, that was like some Penn and Teller style magic right there, Dave. So, brother, where are you getting stuck? Something
that seems, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It sounds pretty silly, but
no. I'm with you, man. I've gotten stuck too. Yeah. Just where are you stuck?
What's messing with you? You got car fever for a car you can't afford. You want to go buy it today? Is that what's messing with you?
No, it's just that our car is all the way on the other side in Maryland, and we're trying to go, closer to like Washington or Hawaii. But my dilemma is we have to, one of us will have to go in and trade it in, or we can do it online. And it's just a hassle of, should we do it online or should we just go back in person, trade it in? Because that's just, a headache for us as far as trying to upgrade and using a vehicle.
Okay, you don't have a vehicle in Guam, right?
Correct. Sorry, what was that?
You don't have a car in Guam, right?
We're renting a car.
Okay.
And that's our issue.
You're military, I'm guessing.
No, travel nursing.
Travel nursing. Okay, so you're renting a car in Guam. How long are you going to stay in Guam?
Till July.
Okay. And so getting a car in Guam is going to cause a problem because you're going to turn around and get rid of it, right? Or you're going to have to ship it somewhere.
Yes, and that's another issue that it's not. I'm not sure if we should keep paying renting a car when we move back to the States, or we should just get our car that we have paid off.
Where are you going in July?
It's up in the air right now because it goes contract by contract, so we can decide where we want to go. So we're hoping either Washington or Hawaii, one of those two, somewhere. But it's like I said, it's up in the air. It's just we don't want to pay rental. We don't want to rent a car.
Yeah, moving a car from Guam to Hawaii would cost more than the stupid car.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that, right? So you're not going to buy a car that you're going to keep for very long. If you buy a car in Guam, you're going to turn right around and sell it in July.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wait until July, somebody's going to have a couple of 3 annoying days because one of you is going to fly out to the East Coast and deal with the car, buy a new one because you're going to have cash by then.
You know what I would do? I'd keep my life real clean and real simple. You guys are making bank right now because you're doing travel nursing. You said you're making 90. Is that all they're making between the two of you?
No, just my wife right now.
Oh, okay. What do you do?
I'm a financial coach with Dave Ramsey, actually. But so that's I'm just stay at home and I do my financial coaching.
Okay. All right.
It's just
you need to get on you need to get on a plane and go to Maryland and sell your car.
Okay.
And then when you get back with when you get back with the money, you can decide whether to buy a car in Guam that you're going to sell in July or whether to rent from now until July. And then when you land in Hawaii or Washington, then you buy a car.
Got it.
Yeah, that's my plan. It just took me a minute to catch up with what was still getting you
It's
stuck.
a long weekend. It's an annoying weekend of 3 days.
Just get on the plane and go sell your car. There's people wanting to buy cars like crazy right now. There's a shortage. You can sell it in 20 minutes. Just, put it on Craigslist or Trader.com or something and go ahead and get 3 buyers lined up to look at it right after you land at the airport. Drive over to where it's sitting, meet them there, make sure the batteries, one of your friends went by and charged the battery and shined the tires and sell the stupid thing, get back on a plane, go back home with a pocket full of cash.
Or have a friend who you trust that you left the car with, have them get it detailed, and then have them sell it and tell them to give them $500 for the sale.
Yeah.
It'll be done.
Yeah. You have them for taking care of it for you. Give them a gift card to the steakhouse. I don't care. Whatever. But, yeah, it's just what's happening here, it's not really a car problem. It's that you don't know where you're going to be. And once you know where you're going to be, it's going to clear up all this. But you're not going to be in Guam past July. So, I'm not sure you buy a car there. I think you probably, it's only a couple months. Let's just keep renting it. I wouldn't screw with it.
Yep.
But I'd go ahead and get that other one sold because you're not going to use it either. It's just sitting over there. Put the money in your pocket and buy a car when you land. Yeah, that's what I am going to do. I'm going to go ahead and take it one step further. Don't buy a car in Guam.
Nope, absolutely not. Go
to the States, sell your car, or have your friend do it for you, one of the two, like John said, and rent until July. And then when you move to the next place, go buy a car with cash.
All right, let's. I want to walk through this real quick, okay? We got time before we go to break. Lots of variables, lots of moving parts that can be paralyzing. It feels chaotic in our heads, and so we just go, you're talking to a coach, right? This is what he does for a living. He helps other people. It just feels like a lot. And what you just did in quick form is, all right, let's put all these variables down. What can I control? I can sell that car. I'm going to get on a plane. It's going to cost me some money. I'm going to go sell that car. Number 2, I'm not going to buy a car until I know where I'm going. Number 3, where we're going is unknown. Cool. I'm just going to sit with a pile of cash. And that's what I can control in this thing. And then the dust clears.
And let me just tell you, the stuck part, the anxious part, the stress of all this, as soon as you have your little game plan laid out, evaporates.
Goes away.
Evaporates. The ambivalence, the not knowing will kill you.
Yes.
You have to get a clear path, start checking boxes, start walking down the checklist before you take the airplane off into the air. Every pilot does that.
Brought to you by CHM, a biblically based alternative to health insurance. Learn more at chministries.org/budget.
I just have a question about home repairs and basically the route we should go on if we are trying to knock debt, but we do currently live in a home that is proving to be not actually livable.
Are we talking like black mold, or is it like I don't like the kitchen?
No, we're talking about extensive mold. When we got testing done, it didn't come back as anything majorly toxic, but obviously it's just not currently ideal situation to live in.
So that's interesting to me. So you got it tested and they said it's not overly toxic. Does that just mean they can remediate it, move on, and no one's concerned?
They can remediate it, but the problem is the space that was added on to the house before we moved in was improperly ventilated. We actually didn't know this, but they built on top of a crawl space, and then they just sort of tapered it off. And so there's a portion of the house that's not actually a true crawl space, but there was no moisture barrier. So now the support beams under that part of the house have completely rotted away with the mold, and our floor caved in. That part of the house is not habitable.
Got you. So how much does it cost to fix it? Fix all of it?
The remediation alone would be between $6,000 and $8,000, but that does not include demo and to rebuild it. And we actually don't know if that includes mold that has traveled up into the sheetrock or if it's strictly underneath the floor.
Got you. Okay, so now hit us with the hammer of why you can't afford this and why this is a.
Well, we potentially could be looking at thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're just wondering what route should we go? Do we take out a loan to try and get this fixed? Do we everything that we've searched, it keeps pulling up HELOC, and we're uncertain about that. So we just don't know what route to take here. Insurance is not going to cover it right away.
Do you have any money anywhere? Like, do you have any money saved anywhere?
We have a little bit in 401k. We have a little bit in savings, but not much.
What's in savings?
We really, it would be just around a couple of thousand. It's not much at all.
Like 3,000 or like 1,200?
Somewhere around there.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, well, you're halfway there for the remediation. That's the good news.
True.
And we know it doesn't have to happen tomorrow. So could this happen over the course of the next, 90 days and you guys cash flow it? Could you save up $1,000 or $2,000 a month out of your paychecks?
Absolutely not.
What do you guys take home every month?
I'm not sure of the exact number that we take home, but yearly between the two of us, we probably only make about $75,000.
Okay, so here's where I want to challenge you, because I asked you a question and George asked you a question and you didn't know the answer to what I would say are pretty basic numbers, Courtney, which is how much do you have in savings and how much do you make every month, which that lets me know you don't have much of a budget.
We don't.
Okay,
Not
which
much
also...
of a budget. There's a little bit of backstory there. We have had some issues in the past, and for that reason, we did keep our finances separate. So I'm tallying numbers here, and this is something that we are working towards. That's a separate issue.
Okay,
we are working towards that goal, but these are roughly around the numbers that we would be working with.
So you're separating the money, but it's not you having all the control over the money or him having all the control over the money. You're managing your own? Is that what
Correct.
I hear?
Correct.
Okay. That being said, it doesn't change the fact I still think that you need a budget, and he needs a budget.
Definitely.
And I think when you do that, because right now you really can't answer George's question. You don't know if there's extra margin you could pull together.
There's not $1,000. I can almost guarantee I could find you $1,000 if I looked at your bank statements and helped you create a budget.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to encourage you that it is possible to do this, making $75,000 a year.
So what do we do about the literal store being, we cannot use that part of the house?
I mean, what are you doing today? Yeah.
I'm sorry, I could only hear it with both of you.
I'm just wondering, you haven't been able to use it. What was it used for previously, if anything?
That was our bedroom.
So where are you guys living right now or sleeping?
Well, I am currently in the living room.
Like on a couch? Is there an air mattress in there? What's the situation?
We tried to move our bed into the living room, and it wasn't working out. So we tried to move it into a back part of the house, and ultimately the couch was a better option.
Are there kids involved?
Yes.
Okay, how many kids?
1.
Okay, and their bedroom's intact?
Yes.
But mom and dad are hanging out in the living room?
Yes.
That's an adventure. That's a story you'll be able to tell one day to your kids.
It's a camping trip.
It's been an adventure,
so
for sure.
Could you survive this for another 6 months?
We've been living like this for 5 years.
Well, I'm sorry, 5 years?
Yes.
Wait a second.
So this issue has been happening for 5 years, and we're just now doing something about it?
No, this has been, like I said, there's been some other issues in other areas that don't deserve any time on the air.
Okay.
But now that we have worked through some of those issues and we are trying to get on top of finances, we just truly don't know where to go. And we've only recently started. My husband recently started the Dave Ramsey plan, and so we're on the right track. But it's been really hard to try and convince him that taking out some sort of loan or something somewhere to get this fixed is a good idea, because right now he's really wrapped up in the idea of knocking out all debt, knocking out everything. But ultimately,
so you want to take out the loan and he doesn't?
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I'm hearing. There's discomfort going on. You've experienced something in your relationship. You don't have to mention it on air, but whatever that is, that has been very uncomfortable. And now you've had this thing pop up in your home, the mold and the issue with the, I don't know, joist. Is that what they're called? I don't know, the wooden beam. And that's uncomfortable, and you're trying to get the money, and that's separate. So that's uncomfortable. There's a lot of uncomfortability going on. And now you called this show and we're asking you to do something else that is potentially quite uncomfortable for a longer period of time. And I think you're probably just experiencing a fatigue in that area of,
100%.
Can I just please have a simple solve, guys? Can you just make it easy for me? And unfortunately, debt can look like the simpler It can look like the solution, and it can look like the easy button. But you've just told us you've been through some things. And if you turn around and add this debt to the equation, yes, maybe you get the thing fixed tomorrow. But now you've got this huge amount of debt hanging around your neck that you guys have to get on the same page on financially, which you're not, in order to pay off. And I can tell you, it's probably going to be easier for you guys to lock arms and pay for something in cash than it is going to be for you guys to lock arms and pay off this debt, because your money's separate. So he pony up the cash, you pony up the cash, and you guys get this thing paid for in cash.
I'm on team husband. HELOCs are only going to give you permission to do the stupidest things, like take this mold situation and go, you know what? Full kitchen reno. They're giving us $100,000. Don't do this, Courtney. It's going to be hard, but more debt is only going to make your situation more difficult.
CHM isn't health insurance. It's a health cost-sharing ministry. Check it out for yourself at chministries.org/budget.
Thank you for joining us, America. We're glad you are here. Michael is with us in Raleigh, North Carolina. Hey, Michael. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thanks. Appreciate you taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I went to Smart Money back in May. You did a show in Durham, and it was a fantastic show. It's really informative and really entertaining, which I was surprised. I thought a money seminar wouldn't be as entertaining as it was, and it really was. But
thank you.
I left the next day and got my state-specific wheel and went and found one of your ELPs and started a Roth 401k. Mm-hmm. And I'm checking it out right now, and basically it says I've lost. I'm a negative 5.11% on my annualized since initial investment, and my year-to-date I'm also negative 5.11%. And is that because I'm wondering, why is that? Because, I've seen on the news the stock market is going up, and my 401k is actually gaining at about 7% year to date, which, did he pick the wrong funds to put me in, or can you explain any of that to me?
Well, I think you probably need to get on the phone with them and find out exactly what you're in and let them dissect your statement with you, okay?
Right.
The thing is, you need to pick your funds. They don't need to pick them. It's your job to look at the funds and understand what you put money into. And so they're supposed to be teaching you as you're buying, so you know why you picked a fund, and based on that, you're comfortable with it. Now, I don't know what's happened there. It's possible that the fund is broken even, and that the fee, the 5 3/4 fee, has gotten you. If that's how you set it up?
It is.
And so you've not recovered the fee back, is what it amounts to. And that would be, or not all of the fee, a portion of it is what it sounds like. And I have not looked at the stock. I mean, I know the market's up post-Trump election. Prior to that, it was down, and I don't know what it is year to date. Right. But you're comparing it to your 401k, which is a fair comparison. And if your 401k is up, and I don't even. I hate to be so lame, but I do not look at them that closely to where I can even tell you what the market's done for the year overall. Right. I'd have to stop and look that up. But that's something you could do. You could look and say, okay, what's the Standard & Poor done, the Standard & Poor 500 done for the year? And you can Google that when you get off there with me right now, and you'll know. And you go, okay, it's up 6%, or it's up 2%, or whatever it is. And then you can call a SmartVestor guy and go, okay, dude, why is mine down 5? Walk me through this, because this doesn't feel right.
Okay, it didn't feel right to me. I wanted to ask you before I called him.
Yeah, no, I mean, the thing is, I'm not positive what's happened in your particular case, but I'm with you. Find out and take this as a learning opportunity to go, okay, so that the next time the question comes up, you can answer it for yourself.
Right. Exactly.
Because you've done but you did one good thing automatically, and that was go back and compare it to your 401k, compare it to an S&P 500 on Google, and call him and walk through the statement and go, okay, did we pick a bad fund here? But I don't ever want you investing in something because I said to or because someone else said to. I want you to understand what you're putting money into, to where you have a comfort level where when these questions come up, you don't second guess the choice. It sounds like, though, that there's a reason to look at this. Definitely a reason. So I'll try to look that up. Now you got me curious as to what's going on. So market's up 9.41 from the beginning of the year. The S&P is, and he's down 5. See, that's not good. That's not good. That fund may be weak. It's possible you did get into a weak fund then. So they looked up the rate of return, Michael, while we were talking in the booth. And so, yeah, if the market's up almost 10 for the year, then and you're down 5 for the year, that's not explainable by the fees, unless you got in late in the year. Let's see, when was I in Durham? I don't know where you are. Did you start in January? And so that kind of stuff is what you could compare to. But anyway, dig into it, learn, and you either move funds. If you're dissatisfied with a SmartVestor guy, move to a different one, SmartVestor Pro. That's fine. But the big thing there is to always know and learn, and thank you for calling me to do that, because I don't have the answer to your question in your particular case, but I commend you for scratching and digging and learning, which is what you should do, because we always, you always want to work with an investment professional that has the heart of a teacher, meaning that you are learning. That's what you're looking for, and that's what the SmartVestor Pros specialize in. So they won't be offended at all, whoever your person is, when you call and you want to know more about your stuff, and you're not questioning their ability, you're questioning the decision and how these numbers crunched out. And it's a good question.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
Next is David from New York. We got 2 New York calls here. David, welcome to the show.
All right, check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, David. How can we help? You're the last call on Friday.
Oh, that's beautiful. Life is good. So I hope y'all are doing well. I just had a very, well, to me it's an interesting question. Y'all probably get this all the time, but me and my lady were sitting down last night, my beautiful wife, and I'm very grateful because we are 99.9% aligned.
Nice.
On the entire budget.
Amazing. Okay, what's the 0.1%?
Her position is as follows.
Okay.
Well, I feel that there should be a line item in the budget for personal expenditures, because if I want to go get my nails done, I should be able to do that. And I said, baby, listen, my position is as follows. There's going to be a time when you can get your nails done every other day. You can get your hair done every week. For now, we got to eliminate the personal expenditures entirely, stick to the plan, and aggressively build up this emergency fund. So my question is,
whoa,
is she being a princess? Am I being too rigid? Or is there some kind of compromise?
Great
what is
question.
the sound strategy here?
Okay, well, I need to know first, David, are you guys, when you say you're working for your emergency fund, so are you out of debt and you're working for your fully funded emergency fund?
That's correct.
Okay, awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be in the middle here. I'm gonna be in the middle.
She's not suggesting a lot of money either.
Okay, so David, I'm gonna be a little bit on her side, because here's what we have found. Even if it's not a lot of money, just something small, because it's realistic, and that's what the budget is supposed to reflect. Yes, it's supposed to reflect sacrifice to get that emergency fund funded as quickly as possible. So I'm with you on that. Like, I hear that intensity and it's like, yes. But you also want to be realistic. So does she need to go and get her nails done every week? No, she doesn't. So, but can she treat herself to something small once a month that has a little bit of money in there? And again, it may not be what she wants, because you guys are you are still in that season of sacrifice. But it at least gives a little bit of that breathing room and motivation to be like, okay, I kind of get my, that scratch itched somewhere else other than feeling like I'm going $300 into like the beauty section of life of hair and nails and stuff. Until that emergency fund is funded, that's it. But it's a great question, David. It's one a lot of people have.
Josiah is with us in New Hampshire. Hey, Josiah, what's up?
Hey, Ken and Dave, how are you both?
Better than we deserve, sir. How can we help?
Glad to hear it. I'm 25 years old, married, and debt-free in baby step 4, and applying for term life insurance. So I'm going through Xander and got approved for $500,000, but I'm wondering whether I should go with a 20 or a 30-year term. My thought being, if we're debt-free now, in 20 years I'll be 45. Will I have a net worth high enough to not require that insurance, or should I go with the 30 and stay insured until 55? At which place I can be more confident that we'd be there.
How's your health?
Health is good.
You smoke?
No, nope, non-smoker.
Are you obese?
Nope.
Okay. I would buy a 20-year.
Okay.
Now, let me tell you how I did that, okay? Here's what actually happened with me. Knock on wood, I've been healthy as a horse my whole life, okay? Hardly seen the inside of a hospital unless I was visiting someone else. So what happened was I bought my first term life insurance when I was your age, and I bought a 15-year level. But then what happened was we added kids, we added income, and I wanted to upgrade the insurance. And so I had a choice then of buying yet a new policy and getting rid of the old one, or just buying additional. So like I bought $500,000 in your case, okay? Later on I might buy another $500,000. But that might be 3 years from now or 5 years from now. And as you've noticed, it's not very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't cost much money. And so what's going to end up happening is unless you lose your health along the way, your ability to get insurance, you're going to end up adding policies or buying whole new policies and starting the clock over.
Gotcha.
So you don't need a 30. You're going to end up buying a series of policies or replacing the earlier policies as you want more and more and more, depending on which way the math works the best. And then you're going to be in a position to begin dropping them later. Or when you look up and you're 45 and you go, oh, we're 100% self-insured, you just cut the cord on the whole thing and let them float away. And so, but what ended up happening in our case was I've added policies every 5 years or so, from 25 all the way up to 60, not to 60, about 50-something. And I kept some policies, even though I didn't need them recently, just SWI, Sharon wants them. And it really didn't have anything to do. I mean, it wasn't like that policy is going to make the difference whether she eats or not. It's kind of silly. But even those policies are starting to expire now, and we're definitely not going to buy them, even if she wants them. I'm done with this. So we have convinced her that she's okay.
I think I've got a acronym for that one.
What?
If Sharon wants it as SWI, you just came up with a new one. DDC. Dave doesn't care.
DDC.
You're not doing it. You're done.
Well, I mean, it's she's okay, and she knows she's okay now, and that's gotten rid of that need. But what ends up happening is you're not buying one policy that's going to serve you throughout your entire life. You end up adding incrementally as you go along, and so 5 years from now, if you buy another 20-year policy or another 15-year policy, you just started that clock over on that portion. The other one, when it expires, you're probably not going to renew it. 20 years from now.
That's where I am at. You're describing our journey as we began to have kids, 3 kids.
You added as you went along?
Yes, added as I went along. Obviously, we were able to upgrade in-house over time. And so sitting with our SmartVestor Pro, we determined what that right amount was. And it was like 3 or 4 years ago I just did it. And so that'll probably be the last one, obviously. I mean, we shouldn't need it at all. And so that you described exactly the journey that I'm in. Yeah. And I'm 23 years older than him now.
But the way our brains work, and I did the same thing, Josiah, when I was your age, I'm thinking, well, why don't I just get a 30 and I'm done? It's over. But it really, it's more life that comes at you in layers rather than linearly like that.
Well, explain to young folks, so if they're getting ready to start a family, what you recommend when you go from a couple with no kids to 1 kid or 2, how you would...
The whole time I'm just saying, 10 to 12 times your income. Because when you're 25, if he's getting $500,000, then maybe he makes $50,000, okay? If something happens to him, she's got $500,000. If she's got a little baby, she's still got $500,000. Invest that at 10% in a good mutual fund. If it's making 10%, it would pay out $50,000. We've replaced his income without even touching the principal. Yep. And so that's the idea of 10 to 12 times your income on you. And guys, you got to go to Xander Insurance and get a quote if you haven't done this, because the deal is people are blown away how cheap term life insurance is. And it's gotten cheaper over the years.
Oh, yeah.
I bought some one time at 45, and I came back in my 50s to buy more. Yep. And even though I was 7 or 8 years older, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
Because the rates had come down, because they're using better and better and better actuarial tables that are more modern and reflect the health improvement. They were using tables from the 1940s.
Oh, yeah.
And then they started using tables from the 1960s, and now they're using tables because life expectancy has changed.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's already cheap, but if you have the preferred health designation, I don't know if that's what they call it, you can make a lot of money. I like to recommend this to dudes. I dropped weight like a wrestler 3 years ago when I did it. Super disciplined, Dave.
Yep.
And I got the preferred rate and saved. Got more,
Well, here's another
but
one.
still saved.
If you smoke,
Oh, yeah.
it's double.
Oh, yeah.
Double.
Yeah.
Double.
Ooh.
That's why I asked if he smoked or he was obese.
Yeah, that's right.
Because it's double. All you got to do is just quit smoking, and it cuts your insurance in half.
Yeah.
Oh, and it saves you on all the cigarettes. Oh, and it saves you on all the health problems. And, yeah, you.
And no quarter pounders within 3 days of taking your blood test. There's some world-class advice, Dave, right here on the Ramsey.
That sounds like that came from experience. Man, I tell you what, I love the holidays. I love Christmas. I love the generosity around Christmas. I love being a grandpa at Christmas. I love being around family at Christmas. I hate being around the calories at Christmas because I take them all in, and now I have to work them off. And I know you didn't do that. But I tell you what, man, this beginning of a new year, I know it's something that's, quote, man-made, meaning that we have a calendar, that we've observed the stars and the rotation of the sun and the moon, and et cetera, and we came up with a calendar, and we get our, we didn't come up with it, but we observed it, but the beginning of a year is, it's something it's in our brains. But you know what? It's still a fresh start. You still get a whiteboard. You didn't do everything you wanted to do like you wanted to do it in the last year. You won't do everything perfect this year. You can go ahead and give yourself some grace in advance, but you know what? You ought to try. You ought to try. There's a quote that is attributed loosely to St. Augustine that says, pray like it depends on God, like it all depends on God, and work like it all depends on you. And so, it's time to do both. It's time to make your life better. It's time to make the life of your family better. It's time to make the life of your church better. It's time to make the life of your community better. It's time to make the life of your nation better. And you have something to say about that. You're not a victim. You are not being controlled by outside forces. Some of you are scared to death that Donald Trump is coming into office. Some of you are bouncing off the walls that Donald Trump is coming into office. And truthfully, him coming into office has about 1% to do with what happens to your life, unless you're going to be working for him. You are in charge of your life. And I want you to go win. I want you to sit down tonight, if you haven't already done it, and lay out some detailed goals. Not New Year's resolutions, some detailed goals. And, you need to look at financial goals. You need to look at intellectual goals. How many books are you going to read this year? How many classes are you going to take? Family goals. Are you going to do something different with your family this year? Spiritual goals. So you need to ramp up your church attendance, don't you? Your Bible reading. Physical goals. Some of you need to lose some weight and get in better shape. Some of you want to run a marathon for the first time in your life, a half marathon. Some of you want to do, I don't care, but you need to do this on purpose. It's not, you don't get to the end of your life and say, wow, that accidentally occurred. Most of the things that happen in your life were things you planted in the ground, and they grew a harvest in your life. And if you don't plant anything in your field called your life, you know what grows? Weeds. You become an expert on The Bachelor. You become an expert on who got thrown off the island. You become an expert on everything that Fox News or CNN says, because you don't put anything intentionally in your brain that affects your life going forward. You need career goals. Some of you need to make more money, and that doesn't accidentally occur. Just showing up, some people have 20 years experience, some people have 1 year's experience 20 times. They don't learn anything, they don't get any better, they don't grow in their career. You need some social goals. You need to intentionally decide to engage some folks in your life on a social basis. Friends. My granny always used to say, if you want to have some friends, maybe you ought to be a friend. Your goals, in order for them to work, they need to be 5 things, and you need to
write these 5 things down so you'll know that your goals are working. Number 1 and number 2, they need to be specific goals, and they need to be measurable goals. I want to lose some weight this year. You won't. That's measurable, but it's not specific. I want to lose 30 pounds. Good. Now we're going somewhere. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to lose 28 pounds. I don't care what it is. I want to read more books this year. You won't. How many more books do you want to read? Be very specific. It needs to be measurable. It needs to be specific. Your goals need to have a time limit. As soon as you put a time limit on something that you were specific about, then the long division from 6th grade kicks in. I want to read 12 books this year. Oh, instantly you know that's 1 a month, don't you? And that's 1/4 of a book every week, isn't it? Yeah. And you need to write that down. You need to have them in writing. Put your goals in writing. If you don't write it down, it never happened. That's true about contracts, and it's true about goals. A lot of people have goals and New Year's resolutions. They say them. They don't write them down. When you write them down is when they happen. You need to write down, I want to make more money. Great. How much more? This year? And then write it down. And then start taking the steps as to what you're going to do for that to work. So goals that work must be specific. They must be measurable. They must have a time limit. They must be in writing. And they must be your goals. They're not goals I give you. They're not goals your mother gives you. My wife wants me to lose more weight. You won't. Unless you're just a complete wuss. You do everything she tells you to do. And then even then it won't stick. You won't do it. My husband always wanted me to be thinner. Yeah, probably, but that's not going to cause you to be thinner. Think about it. They need to be your goals. You have to want to pay the price to win, and there's always a price to be paid when you're going to win. You have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired. You have to reach the point that you say, that's it, I've had it. I'm not living like this anymore. I'm not going to try to fit in these jeans anymore. I'm going to get that weight off. I'm not going to wait around to write my book this year. I'm going to write it. I'm not going to wallow around in this victim mentality anymore. I'm going to spiritually address my life and change my connectivity to God. You have to do it intentionally. It has to be your choice. I can't do it for you. I want you to be out of debt. Some of you, though, I want you to be out of debt more than you want to be out of debt. Why do I want you to be out of debt? It's because then you'll build wealth. Why do I want you to build wealth? Because then you can change your family tree and take care of yourself and bless others with outrageous generosity and have a high-quality life and get to live your dreams and travel and do some of the things that Sharon and I have been blessed to do. I'd like for some of you to get to do that. But you're going to have to be specific and measurable and have a time limit and put it in writing and emotionally own the goal yourself. It has to be your goal. That's how you start your year, people, right there. You can do this. Changes everything when you do. Put it down in writing. Sit down tonight, turn off the stupid television. It's not making you any money. You're watching other people make a good living. It's not helping you get thinner. You're sitting there getting fat watching TV. Seriously, make a decision. What are you going to do? This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show. Karina is with us in Montgomery. Hi, Karina. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
I have an income problem. I was working at a prestigious law firm where I temped for 3 years. I was brought in to work on BP oil spill claims, and when that project wrapped up, I was out of a job. Now, every time I apply for a job or I go on an interview, folks see that I worked for this prestigious law firm. I'm not there anymore, so there must be something wrong with me. Mm-hmm. While I was there, I got PTO, I got bonuses, when the project ended, I was given notice, and I was also given severance.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find a job to save my life.
What do you do?
I'm a paralegal.
Oh, okay.
I have a BS in legal studies with a paralegal certification.
Gotcha. And you've talked to all the law firms in Montgomery?
Not every single one, but close. I was told by an attorney friend, one, that I'm going to die with my school loans, and the best thing I can do is walk away from my mortgage. I was told by another one just last week that the problem is that there are so many schools in this area turning out attorneys that the attorneys are taking paralegal jobs. And he even introduced me to his own assistant, who is an attorney who's passed the bar, and he's paying him $10 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I can't find a job. I tried pizza delivery. That did not work out.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried.
How old are you?
57.
57.
I tried Uber.
Mm-hmm.
My beater is more than 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I've cycled through unemployment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to get food stamps. I have no income.
Mm-hmm. And you're single?
I'm single.
Okay. All right.
No kids. I'm an empty nester. It's just me. My mortgage is $550, and I can't pay my mortgage.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know what to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, it is scary. I don't blame you for being scared. I understand. I don't know how to address the paralegal part of this equation. I'll
do anything. Really. Okay.
Oh, I know. I got that. I'm hearing where you are. You're desperate. And you start anywhere and go from there, right?
Yes.
So I always go back to really primitive stuff, like you said. You're delivering pizzas or Uber or whatever, but you're driving a beater and that kind of thing. I mean, I go back to people make $25 an hour cleaning houses, and you can clean a house. And you just got to find somebody to let you do it, and then find 2 more to let you do it, and then 3 more to let you do it. And if you show up on time and you're honest and don't steal their stuff, and you clean their house and you're good at cleaning and you're a pleasant person, don't stand around and talk all day, you get your work done, then you're going to get a bunch of houses to clean. But that's not ultimately our long-term goal, but at least that would get the wolf away from the door, maybe. I'm just dreaming up something here off the top of my head to try to get you something to do for a little bit of money.
I offered to work for free for my attorney just so I could get the type of experience that attorneys seem to want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't need anybody, not even for free.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. I mean, I get that this one guy hired an attorney for $10 an hour who was desperate. I got that. It could be that there's no market for paralegals. I will tell you in general that the economy, the unemployment rate is the lowest it's ever been in recent memory. In general, the economy is white hot. I mean, like, for instance, in our area in Nashville, just a few hours north of you, we have a labor shortage here in terms of finding people to work. There's employment signs on every door when you walk up to a restaurant or a retail situation or anything like that. And so I'm kind of shocked that Montgomery is dead. I don't think it is. So it might be. I mean, you maybe need to move cities. I don't know. But
I'm happy to do that.
Yeah, if you could find something going on. So, I mean, have you seen paralegal hirings in other markets?
I've seen more ads for Birmingham, Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
Really.
That makes sense. What's your house worth?
It might be worth 40, 45.
Mm-hmm.
My neighborhood
what do you owe on it?
Gone 50.
How much do you owe on it?
I owe $50 on it.
Oh, you owe more on it than it's worth.
Yes. I've been in this house for 15 years. Our neighborhood has gone Section 8, and there are shootings here regularly. Nobody wants to be here.
Okay. Well, that may be why you were getting the advice to walk away from the mortgage. But for $500 a month, you had a place to live for today.
Yes.
Are you a member of a good local church?
Yes.
Okay. Go sit down with your pastor and ask him if he knows business people in the congregation that are hiring. And ask him also to mentor you on interviewing skills and appearance. If there's anything you're doing wrong there, to be blunt with you. Okay, like
absolutely,
like you need to cut your hair, or you need to get a different suit of clothes, or whatever. Right? I don't know. I have no idea, but I mean, appearance and just talking to you're scared, but you're articulate and intelligent. I don't know why you couldn't carry an interview as far as those skills go. Your interpersonal skills. It doesn't sound like that's killing your interview. I mean, you're not calling me up. You're not calling me up with that kind of a problem, and we know you've got a level of intellect because you don't get through paralegal school if you don't. It's, but you would make an excellent personal assistant for an executive, as an example, because you know how to write, like business letters. You've worked on that kind of thing. So that would be an example of something that you could move into. I don't have any magic pills here, but I'm anything from cleaning houses to moving cities to talking to your pastor. Those are the three things that pop into my head to get you something going where you're not just completely scared and overwhelmed and lost hope. Just a little bit of money changes your whole situation really fast. That's the good news. This is the Dave Ramsey Show. Patrick's with us in Denver. Hi, Patrick. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
Hey, I got a quick question for you for retirement and investment. I'm 51 years old. I'm debt-free except for my home. I owe about $65,000 on my home. I have about $20,000 in individual stocks. I have an emergency fund of $15,000, and I have about $10,000 in savings. My monthly income is $9,000 a month take home, and I would like to have my house paid off in January to February and start off 2017 great. Once I do all of that and I'm completely debt-free, I need to make up some time. I've got about 15 to 17 years to retirement, and like the numbers I stated, I have very little saved for retirement, but like you say, I have a huge shovel. I've done real estate in the past before, but I got hurt in the 2008, 2009, but I did enjoy it, and it's something that I'm not afraid to do. What percentage of investing in mutual funds and in real estate would you do to make up the ground that I need to make up in the 15 to 17 years?
Are you married?
No.
Okay. Well, first thing I'm going to do is follow through on your plan here, which means I'm cashing out the stock and the extra $10,000, throwing $30,000 at your mortgage today, leaving you only a $35,000 balance, which you knock out by the end of the year. That sounded like your plan, was it?
Yes, I would go into possibly even my emergency fund a little bit, and then I have a consistent income of about $9,000 a month.
So now you and I are sitting in January or so with a paid-for house and a fully funded emergency fund, and we start talking about a retirement mix with a guy who loves real estate like I do. Well, at a minimum, I'm going to have you do your full $6,500. Because you're over 50, you can do $6,500 into your Roth IRA. To start with, we do that. Do you have 401k available?
Just through myself. I'm self-employed, 1099. I would be able to do a set.
Okay, all right. I would definitely do a Roth IRA, and I would start thinking about a SEP. Here's the interesting thing about the SEP. You can load that thing full, and when it gets enough in it, you could set up a self-directed SEP that allowed you to buy real estate with cash inside of that.
Ooh.
So I'd load them both up, because you got to save up the money to pay cash for the real estate if you're listening to me. because we already got your house paid for. We're not going to turn around and go in debt to buy rental properties. You've already been on that train. You didn't like that ride. So,
No.
but now the trick is this, let's say we build up some money and you buy a $100,000 house inside your SEP, a self-directed SEP. You can do that. However, the entire SEP or the entire rental property has to be operated as a part of your retirement plan, meaning you don't make any of the money off the rent. It goes back into the SEP.
Okay.
The rent goes back into the SEP. The SEP pays the expenses for operating the rental, and the net profits on the rental property stay in the SEP until you're 65, until you're 59 and a half. But you're coming up on that. You're coming up on that pretty quick anyway. So then you could pull it out of there if you wanted to, and do all the. But if you, as long as you roll the stuff over inside the SEP, there's no taxes on it. And if you do a Roth SEP, there'll never be any taxes on your gains.
No way.
Yeah, way. This is very cool.
Wow.
This will completely work. But now here's the problem. Okay, we're betting real heavy on real estate, and so far you hadn't done good at that.
Correct.
So just be careful, my brother. I don't want you to end up one of those broke people playing with real estate, right? So we're paying cash for it. You take your time. When you're buying real estate, the money's made at the buy. It's not made at the sale. You steal it or you don't buy it. That's the rule.
Okay.
You buy real estate cheap. That's where your money's made. You take your time. And you are a sweet person, so you are a kind vulture. You are circling and waiting for something to die, and you get a great buy, which right today in most market's hot. It's hard to find a great buy out there today. 3 or 4 years ago, I was buying everything in sight. I ran out of cash because I was just buying real estate as hard as I could buy. And I don't want to wish bad times on the economy or anything, but I really liked those days because I made a lot of money on real estate. I hadn't sold any of it, so I haven't made the money, but whew, man, have I got some equity. Wow, it's wonderful. So you catch real estate in a down market, but you're not ready to buy today anyway. You got to get to the end of the year. Then you got to build up. You got to fund the Roth IRA in good growth stock mutual funds. That keeps you diversified somewhat. And then load that SEP full, load that SEP full, load that SEP full, and set it up as a Roth. And yeah, that'll be sweet. And if you're 1099 with no employees, that you can put 13.8% of your adjusted gross income in there. So it's go see one of our endorsed local providers. They can show you how to set it up. It has to be self-directed at the point that you're ready to move it into real estate. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
So you have to break the cycle. You have to flip this thing on its head and make it behave. You've got to get so fired up and wired up that your broke friends think you've lost your mind. Emily is with us in Greensboro, North Carolina. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show, Emily.
Hey, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help?
So my husband and I are newlyweds. We've been married for about 4 months. And we are on baby step number 2, but we're having a little bit of marital conflict over it, and I was wondering if you could help us out.
Okay.
So I took FPU about 1.5 years ago. The company that I was working for offered it online for free.
Mm-hmm.
My husband has not gone through it, but has been on board with everything that I've been saying that we should do. And so the complex is over this. We have about $5,000 in savings.
Mm-hmm.
He does not feel comfortable with the $1,000 emergency fund.
Good.
Where I would rather go ahead and, write $4,000 of it into a check, towards our student loan debt.
Right. How much debt do you have, not counting your mortgage?
About $35,000.
And what is your household income?
About 72.
Okay. And so if we throw 4,000 at the 35, we've got 31. How long would it take you to pay that off, making 72?
Maybe.
This is why you're not comfortable. You don't have a plan. You guys have not talked this through. This is what's going on. You're talking in general, vague concepts, and you have not ever laid it out. And what you need to do is lay it out, because I don't, $1,000 is not supposed to make you comfortable. It's actually supposed to make you very uncomfortable. So you get up off your butt and get the dadgum debt paid off as fast as possible. That's the concept. And that's what he's missing. But he's also thinking we may be in debt forever. You know why? Because neither one of you have ever done the math as to when you're going to get out of debt and the price you're going to pay to get there.
Yeah, I have an app for it, but supposedly if we're on our snowball method right now, we'll be out in 5 years.
Oh, no.
But that's not making anything extra. And
no, you don't go with a $1,000 emergency fund for 5 years, and it does not take 5 years to pay off $31,000, making $71,000. The couple that was just on paid off $144,000 in 30 months. They make they make 100. They make 100. Yeah, you guys are being wusses. I mean, you're going to have to roll up your sleeves and punch this. And you should be done in a year.
Really?
Yeah. But you have no life during that year. You remember that part?
Yeah.
No vacations. No. But he's right. If you're thinking 5 years, it'd be ludicrous to try to have a $1,000 emergency fund for 5 years. Of course that makes him uncomfortable, because that would be smart to be uncomfortable. But to be slightly uncomfortable and a little bit scared for a year while we're busting it and we got our ears laid back and we're not on vacation and we're not seeing the inside of a restaurant unless we're working there, and any pizza that's made at our house is homemade. I mean, we are doing this thing. The only way we get pizza is deliver some, man. I mean, you are doing it. You're selling so much stuff the kids think they're next. That gets you out of debt in a year. Yeah, I'll put you on $1,000 for a year, but not for 5 years. This is why you all are having a problem, because you've not worked this through and you haven't seen that it's a reasonable process if you are unreasonable in your approach. Is that logical?
No, I understand. I think I just need to, I don't even know if you have this or not, do you have anything where you can put those numbers in and see, if I make X amount payment every month, this is how soon I'll get out of this debt, with interest rates and all of that?
Yeah, the interest rate really doesn't matter much. I mean, it's $31,000. That's $30,000. That's $2,500 a month for a year. If it's $2,000 a month, it's going to be 14 months. It's just big math. Take 31 and divide it by the months. And because the interest rate's very irrelevant at this stage, because you're not keeping interest rate's only relevant when you've got a 5 or a 10-year or longer window. When you got a 12-month window, interest just doesn't enter into it much. It's a little bit of the fact. But, I mean, it doesn't, it may throw your numbers off slightly, but if you'll just do big numbers like that, big chunks, but see what that does is that challenges you all to look at your budget as a couple and say, what have we got to do to get that intense?
Right.
What have
we're
got
on a written budget. We're on every dollar.
Yeah, but you're not on intense.
No, we're not.
5 years. I am. 5 years is not intense. No, nobody is. Anybody that says 5 years for $31,000, intense doesn't enter into the equation. No, 5 months, yeah. 12 months, 15 months, whatever. Yeah, that's true. But, I mean, you haven't cranked it back yet, but you don't have him on board. You can't crank it back like that unless your spouse is on board. People are not going to, you've got to sacrifice. But the only reason he would be on board is if he sees the same thing. Here's the thing.
Right.
What will it feel like when we're out of debt? What will we be able to accomplish with our family goals when we're out of debt? We will be able to do this. We'll be able to do that. We'll be able to give. We'll be able to travel. We'll be able to change our family tree. This is why we're doing it. Now, once we've both agreed that it's very important because the why is so big, why we're getting out of debt is so big. Once we've got the importance underscored and highlighted, then we come back and go, okay, how hard can we bust it? How much can we sacrifice? How deeply can we cut into our life so that we get our life back? I don't want to do this for long. I'm a rip the Band-Aid off guy. I don't want to peel it off one hair at a time. It'll kill you, Right. And so I want to do it fast as I possibly can. Live like no one else. So later you can live and give like no one else. And that's what the two of you have got to get on the same page on. Then you start talking about stuff like whether baby step 1 is correct or not. It is only, but it is only correct in the context of the level of intensity that I'm talking about. You see, so in other words, I'm saying if you came to me and you said 5 years to get out of debt, and that's how long it's going to take you, and and my husband feels uncomfortable with having $1,000 in the bank for the next 5 years, I would have to agree with him.
Right.
is what I'm saying. But that's not what we teach you to do. So hold on, I'll have Laura send you a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover. And what I would challenge you to do is the two of you to go through that book together. You and him go through it together. And when you walk through it together and you say, okay, this is how everybody's doing it. This is how 6 million people have bought that book. 4.5 million people have been through Financial Peace University. This is how these people have done this. And so this is not freaking theory. People do, go online, look at the Debt-Free Screams, listen to their stories, and talk about, go to the YouTube channel and watch some of those Debt-Free Screams. You'll see what people are doing. And when you see what other people are doing, you're going, okay, yeah, we can do this. Because that guy on the YouTube, he doesn't look that smart. I think we're smarter than him. I think we can do this. I mean, you can do it. You can do it. But you can't play with it and do it. You can wander into debt. You can't wander out. It's going to take too long.
Hey guys, Rachel Cruz here. Hope you enjoyed that video from the Dave Ramsey Show. If you want to watch another great video, check out my video, 3 Things You Should Consider Renting, right over here, or click the link in the description below.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Megan kicks us off in Kansas City. Megan, welcome to the show. Megan, are you with us? Hey.
Yeah.
There she is.
What's going on?
So my husband spends on average about $1,000 a month at gas stations for snacks, drinks. A majority of that, though, is for chewing tobacco.
Oh.
And my question is, how can I help him work towards becoming more financially responsible so that we're not worrying, how we're going to make it till the end of the month with bills and other priorities?
How long has this been going on for?
It's been going on for a few years. It has gotten worse, though, within the last year or so.
Is he using more chewing tobacco? What do you think the problem is there?
Definitely more chewing tobacco. He goes through maybe 2 to 3 cans a day, and that can be pretty pricey. And it hurts us financially, as you could probably imagine.
I assume you've had conversations with him about this. How do those go?
Yes, they don't go very well. It usually starts an argument. He has tried to quit multiple times through the last several years. We've done medical. We've spoken to doctors. He's been put on prescriptions. He's tried the patches, everything. He's tried quitting cold turkey, and just nothing has worked. And especially since we now have a family, I really thought that would help out in getting him to quit, but it hasn't.
So why did the patches not work? If it's giving him the same, unless the patches can't possibly give what 3 cans a day is giving him.
Yeah. I think it all boils down to, deep down, he really doesn't want to quit.
No, he likes it.
Yeah, and I just can't really find anything that gives him that push to.
Do you know if
that change.
Is it relaxing to him? What is the benefit? Is it a buzz that chills him out? What's going on?
He does have ADD, so I think it just chills him out. But also, it's become such a habit, and I think it's just that buzz maybe.
Yeah. Well, and I wonder if there's not something else below the surface, because what doctors are trying to treat, they can't treat. Feels like this is something in his soul, in his heart. That's what I think. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
No, I agree with you.
What does he do for work?
I agree. He is an HVAC technician.
Yeah.
Does he like his job?
Oh, yes, very much so.
Yeah. This is deeper than this. This is deeper. So here's the deal. We got to get that part figured out, or any financial advice or any conversational or communication advice we give you is largely going to fall on deaf ears because he's defensive now. However, I do think there's a money piece to it, but I think it has to be whatever's going on that is
requiring you to medicate yourself this way is going to break us.
Mm-hmm.
That's the depth of this. And so we've got to get to that, and then the financial piece will take care of itself because he doesn't have to medicate.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So in the meantime, since we can't solve that, George, I want to know what George thinks. I think this is so I'm going to come back to this in a second. I want to come back to the conversation of what she might say, but I want to bring in the financial. In this case, giving her advice, this is such a sensitive issue that's got a lot of depth to it. Could she get him on board with, all right, you got to go get a side hustle to the tune of $1,000 a month to cover this medication? I think that's a fair ask. What do you think, George?
Yeah, I mean, with addiction, it's not as simple as saying, "Hey, we're gonna cut him off."
Yeah.
And so I still think, I'm not a medical professional. I think cold turkey is the way to go, and I think it starts with this conversation of you going, "Listen, this is going to deteriorate your health. I want you around to see our kids grow up. I want us to actually hit our financial goals. It's derailing us financially for you to be spending this way." And by the way, gas stations are one of the worst places to buy all of this stuff. It's the highest cost. And so if he's going to do this, he's got to be smarter about it than just impulsively stopping by the gas station every 4 hours. And so he's got to find a way to curb the spending, even if it's, hey, we're cutting back. No more food, snacks, drinks, all of this stuff.
Yeah, I think that's the key. You have to say, babe, I'm worried about this.
And you're going to have to get more involved in the finances. Do you guys have combined bank accounts?
No, and because of that reason, yeah, and I know that's something I've struggled with. I've taken control somewhat of his bank account just so that I can monitor his spending, and every month it's the same thing when we sit down and have that talk. Like, hey, you're spending way too much, and it's just, yeah,
Is this on a credit card, a debit card?
Debit.
Okay. And so he's got the money, but it's his income, and he's just spending down his account every month doing this.
Yes, and we've even tried with having him send me like a certain percentage of his paychecks that I would then put into savings, or it would go towards bills for that month.
I think you need to tell him, listen, I didn't sign up to be married to a child that I have to monitor and babysit. You need to care about this family more than you care about your chewing tobacco habit. And I need you to show me that.
Conversation, yeah.
And if you guys need to go to counseling to deal with the marital issues beneath this, I think if you don't, it's going to cause more resentment, and this marriage isn't going to survive this.
George is right.
Because this is going to just compound every month for the next, another 3 years of this?
Well, you're not going to solve it. You can't solve it. He has to understand how afraid you are, how exhausted you are.
And how it's affecting you guys.
How it's affecting your marriage, and what that's going to have an impact on the rest of his life. And then he's going to have to get to the bottom of what's going on with him, which is causing the medication of the tobacco. And then you guys have to fix what's already been in some ways bruised and broken with you two. All of that has to happen, or this spending isn't going to stop.
Yeah, even if we go, hey, tell them to get it in bulk at Walmart. Well, that might be a Band-Aid. That might save us $200 a month, but it doesn't solve the real problem here.
No, I agree.
I'm sorry you're going through this, Megan. I
He's
wish we had a magic answer for you.
I think it's a come to Jesus meeting. I really do.
Yes, I agree.
And I know addiction is one of the most difficult things a person can deal with, and I encourage him to call Dr. John Deloney's show to walk through that piece of it. And if he's willing to call, if he's really serious about this, we can get him on the line with our friend Dr. John to help him work through that. But that's the only answer to this money problem, is him overcoming this addiction.
Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.
Randall joins us next. He's in Waco, Texas. Randall, welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hello, how are you?
Great. How can we help today?
So just kind of get started on a brief little thing. So I come from a family of addiction and not a very wealthy group of people, and somehow I was able to break free from that. And I was in law enforcement for most of my adult life. And then me and my wife decided that we were going to start a trucking company, and we did. She quit her job, and everybody's going to think we're a fool for some of the things that we've done. But she quit her job. We pulled her retirement and put it all into this business. So, anyways, I drive a lot, and so I listen to you guys a lot just recently. And it wasn't until I started listening to you guys that I realized I didn't escape the addiction that my family has. My addiction is spending money. So, that being said, I've reared back really hard. I have my $1,000 savings. I've got a list of all my debts and things. I have our house is paid for. So my most important question, the reason why I'm calling in is because the business that we started, I had to buy a new truck, and the new truck is like $68,000, and we financed that. So the truck payment is about $1,400 a month.
Ooh.
That being said, the insurance for the company that I started is also about $1,500 a month. So it just feels really heavy on that side of things because it makes my business bills about $4,500 a month, plus my home bills about $2,200 a month. So just trying to figure out the right path to go through. Should I try to ditch this vehicle and get something else, but I just really need something reliable. I don't need to be breaking down, driving 1,500 miles in a week.
Sure. Well, Randall, I heard you say these words that it always gets me a little riled up when you said I had to buy the $70,000 truck to start my business.
Right.
You didn't have to. You chose to, right?
Yes, sir.
And so the good news is we can choose to do some other things, choose to make some better decisions. And so, yes, okay. I would be getting rid of this truck. Can you find one that's used that you could pay cash for if you sold it? How special is this truck?
One. It's not special. I mean, it's special because it does the job, but it's not. There's no sentimental value or anything like that. I mean, there's another truck that I have my eye on, and it's about $20,000.
I like that.
Which is, but it's I don't have cash to pay $20,000 either. That would have to be another financing situation. But it's financing $20,000 seems like.
So how much could you sell this truck for today?
How much is the car worth? The truck today worth? The one that you have?
Well, I haven't looked into that yet. Just because.
Could you get more than 68 for it?
I don't think I could get more than 68, but I could hopefully get at or around that number.
Okay. Is that all of your debt?
More than 68. No, I have. Everything's broken down. So the truck is 68. Me and my wife together have about $92,000 in student loans, and there's about $10,000 in like credit card payments and such.
Okay. Well, the way I do this is using the debt snowball, where I list them out from smallest to largest regardless of the interest rate, and we start attacking this thing. And that means we need to get this business revenue up, or your wife needs to work a second job. I don't know what that looks like for you guys, but we've got to get this income up because your payments, you can't even breathe right now.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
How much do you guys make a year, Randall?
We haven't completed a full year, but my wife. So whenever we started this, like I said, my wife, we made the decision that she was going to stay at home because I have 7 children. Also.
Wow.
But they range from 21 years old and all the way down to 1 year old.
Okay.
So anyways, she
yeah.
stays at home with the baby.
Yeah.
And I'm on the road a lot. And I forgot what your question was.
Yeah. How much you make a year? How much is it?
Okay. Yes. So typically, I can bring home probably a minimum of about $10,000, maybe $15,000 a month. But that's not all profit. So a lot of that goes into fuel and insurance and other things that are like other vehicle maintenance needs.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't like this option, but you trading down $68,000 loan for a $20,000 loan feels a lot better to me to clear some of this debt and give you some breathing room.
Right. That's what I was kind of feeling.
Yeah.
I listen to you guys a lot. I bought the book, and I've listened to it and probably one day. And so I'm really trying to follow everything. I don't want to abandon the business because I'm hoping that it will do better. But
it'll do better when you have more margin in your life, first of all, even if the revenue stayed exactly where it is today. But right now, you need every single paycheck coming in, or else you're screwed. So.
Yeah, and Randall, I would look at a couple of things, because what you've just described, you guys have a full life, right? I mean, you got 7 kids. You're on the road working, and so this business that you guys have that is awesome. I mean, I would really take into consideration, okay, what am I actually, right? Because there's a lot of expenses here you listed out. So what am I actually bringing home for my family? What's my passion in this? Is it are revenues projected to make more? Are we going to be growing this thing, right? Like, and I'm not saying it's a dead end business by any means, but I don't want you in something that you're going to be losing money, or it's not going to be growing and you're in this perpetual state of like, gosh, you're just gone all the time and you end up not enjoying it. So the job situation, the business, I really want you guys to look at and be serious at. Even though you make crazy life decisions, you know, she came home, you cashed out retirement, all of that to start it. Take the emotions out, and I really want you guys to evaluate that business together and make sure this is the lifestyle that you guys want as your family on just a values aspect. And then when it comes to the debt, yeah, I mean, if there's anything, now 7 kids, that's a full house. So, but if there's anything that she can do, even staying at home to bring in some extra money.
Or even that 21-year-old, if they can help support the family, if they're living there.
No, so she doesn't live there. She started her own family.
Yeah, and
she graduated nursing school. And
okay.
She's starting beginning her own life.
Yeah. So this is you guys. This is y'all's decision. You know, for what you guys have done. And I hear a resolve though in your voice, Randall, that I think is great. I mean, I think you really are at the ends of your rope, meaning like
you're willing to do whatever.
Yeah, what we've done has not worked, and so
right.
It is going to be this idea that it's a marathon. It's not going to be a sprint, and that's the hard thing. Is we are so used to seeing results so quickly. We want these things resolved so quickly, and that's one reason why we do say the debt snowball, because you at least get these quick wins. So even this $10,000 credit card debt, like if it's multiple credit cards, list them out individually, right? Like
you got to feel some progress.
Yes, I want you guys to be doing that. So continue on what you selling the truck, like George said, but keep chipping away. And if there's any way to raise the income, again, I don't want you to abandon a business that you guys started by any means. I don't want to give you that advice here on one call on a 4-minute radio call, but is there anything you can be doing to be making more? Is there a job, another industry? I don't know, just anything to kind of clean up this mess for the short term. I think. I
mean, could you work for someone else right now and make more on your take-home pay after all of your expenses are gone?
That could be an option, is to seek working with somebody or for somebody else.
Yeah. I'd get creative, man. I'd get real creative at this point and see what are my options. And you know what, future? Maybe we start that business back up. But right now, we've got to clean up a big mess, and you've got a lot of people relying on this income.
And you guys can do it, Randall. Y'all can do this.
Yeah, you call us back if we can help in any other way.
David is on the line. Hi, David. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi. Excited to talk with you all today.
You too, sir.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. What's up?
So I have a side hustle that has turned into something far more lucrative than I thought it could ever be, to be honest with you.
That's great.
And it's making real money.
Wait, help me. What's real money?
I made $30,000 last year with it.
$30,000?
As a side hustle, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Totally unexpected side hustle. But I cannot tell you where a single one of those $30,000 went. I looked at the reporting over the weekend and I almost threw up. So, yeah, my question is, like, how do I tame this side hustle? Because it's very hand to mouth, my own personal thing. No one watches it. I work and I get paid. I just want to be better with it and actually have some money to look at the end of the year.
What are you doing, dude?
So you might be able to hear it in the background, but I'm actually a bird sitter.
I was going to say, it sounded like animals.
Yeah. She is not calming down, and she will knock it off of me, but here we are. But no, I bird sit for about 100 different parrots in Chicago.
Oh,
and
my goodness.
I'm the number one guy on Google. If you search bird sitting Chicago, I'm the first guy that pops up. So 2023 could be a big year for me. And I, again, just want to make sure I'm not burning the cash as it comes in.
Is it just you? You're the only one bird sitting?
It is just me, yeah. So I have a certification. I've worked with parrots for over half my life, and I'm very, very good with them. But yeah, it's just me and my Altima driving around taking care of the birds.
Wow, very cool. Good for you, man. That's fun.
Thank you.
So the easiest way to get started on this is just treat it like a business, because it is. And I would just open up a separate checking account, Bird Sitters R Us or whatever it is, right? And just put your name on there, David so-and-so, DBA, doing business as Bird Sitters R Us. And you just do it in your Social Security number. You don't even need a tax ID number to do it. And then throw all of your bird sitting money into that account. And then you can just pull up the register on that account at any point, and you can tell what's going on. You can tell where the money is, right? And then if you pull it out of there to bring it home, quote, unquote, out of the business, you need to set aside a fourth of it for taxes, because as you have discovered, you have $7,500 in taxes due on this, don't you?
Sure do, yep.
And don't have any money.
Well, that I was smart enough to do, to have it move. The processor that I use will save the taxes for you. So I have that set aside at least, so I'm not facing down Uncle Sam with a frown face.
Good.
I do have another kind of follow-up question. How do you find the discipline? Because I did that. I made a checking account, and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to look at the money. And then I'm like, oh, this thing. It just goes. My mom says I'm like a sieve with cash.
Wait a minute. It goes out of the bird account?
Yeah, I just spend it. What are some tips for discipline on that?
Okay, you don't have a budget on your personal account, do you?
I don't have a budget on anything.
Yeah, I know. I could tell.
It sounds like he needs to sit down and keep his money separate. You've got your personal money on one side. You've got your business money on a separate side. And David, it sounds like with your business, you really need to get organized and write down what your outgo is, what your expenses are, right? And how much money that you're bringing in, to find out if you really can, and decide, can I take a payroll? If I can, it's going to be this amount, and I'm going to do it, every month, and really just get organized. It sounds like that's really what you're lacking, because the business sounds like it's making money. It almost sounds like it's making so much money for you that you feel like you can be frivolous. And I think that's a dangerous place to be.
Lazy.
Mm-hmm.
What's your day job pay?
So I make $70K a year.
Okay, so you have $100,000 coming in. How old are you?
33.
And you're broke.
Yes.
Okay, here's your why. You need to get disgusted with how stupid that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is so stupid.
I know.
Ridiculous.
That's a good thing. It's like after COVID, I ate so many donuts that I got disgusted about how fat I got.
Sure.
So, because I ate every donut in a 50-mile. So you have to get disgusted and go, I'm going to change this crap. This is crazy. And, you got to there's a healthy level of disgust that precedes human transformation. Like, I've had it. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I don't like this feeling of being this inept. I don't like this taste of regret with $100,000 going through my fingers, and I have no idea where it goes. That taste on my tongue is awful. It's like a bad fruitcake this time of year, right? And so I want to stop that. So now we've got you, and you called here, and so you already knew, right? You knew that. You told me what I just told you back. I didn't tell you anything new. You called him stupid. No, I just said what he's doing is stupid. Okay, so here's the thing. Now you got a why. Because if you keep eating like you've been eating, you're going to keep looking like you've been looking. You keep spending like you've been spending, you're going to keep being broke like you've been broke. You got to change your habits. So we're going to sit down and do a personal budget on where the money's going to go. And then when we move money out of the bird account into the personal account minus tax withholding, then we've got an assignment for it already preset in the personal budget. But the personal budget is just regret avoidance. It's just financial hangover avoidance. Like I drank too much and I feel like crap for 3 days, right? It's the same thing. You got this hangover, and it's the exact same thing. You've been partying, and you're tired of it. It's time. You just said, I'm going to grow up. Good for you. Well done. We're going to help you. Hang on. Send you a copy of the book, The Total Money Makeover, which will walk you through exactly what to do. But you just need to say, I'm worth fixing this because I don't like where I am, so I'm going to change it. Amanda is with us in Phoenix. Hi, Amanda. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
I'm calling because I'm a little embarrassed. I've been a Dave Ramsey listener for a long time, but I cannot stop using my credit card, and I don't know how to do it. It's because, for example, if I go to the store and I see like decorative things, in my mind I think, well, if I buy them and I take them home and I don't want to keep them and I put it on a credit card, I can take it back without it affecting what's in my checking account.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how to stop using that. And then I feel like a hypocrite because
How old
want
are
to
you?
be. I'm 34.
How many credit cards do you have?
One.
One? What is
Mhm.
it? Just a Visa?
Yes.
Okay. Have you got a pair of scissors?
Yes, I do.
Well, get them out.
I know.
Let's
See,
cut it
that
up right
really
now. Let's cut it up right
causes-
now. Cut it up right now and close the account.
Well, what do you do if you what if you do I just don't know how, like, for example, we just got insulation in our attic. We have the money for it, but it's easier to just put on the credit card to like not have to pay it like right now.
No, it's not. It's easier to pay right now.
Yeah, I just feel like it's, I don't know. I think it's like I'm having a really hard time making that mind shift. I've thought about cutting on my credit card, but it really freaks me out.
Mm.
So I don't know what
It should freak you. It should freak you out that it freaks you out that you're that emotionally dependent on a piece of plastic.
I know,
How lame a statement is that?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. So I think I feel like we are spending a month. We need to use a credit card to kind of float us.
Mm-hmm. Are you working on a budget? No.
No, my husband.
So maybe you ought
really
to get
feel
on a
like we
budget.
need to. I know, right?
Yeah. Right.
I just downloaded that.
See, I don't think you're a hypocrite because I don't think you're working any of our stuff.
Yeah. See,
I think you're
feel
just a
like
casual radio listener,
Probably,
which is
but-
okay. But if it's time to graduate and actually do the stuff, then maybe today's your
Right.
day.
Right, exactly. Yes, I want to. I feel like we're the only thing we have is a credit card.
Yeah, but you're
So-
not making progress
I know we're not.
because you still feel out of control.
I do, and that's the part that's frustrating to me because I don't feel like we're getting anywhere, and I feel like every month it's like.
And the
my
reason
gosh,
you feel that way is it's the truth.
Yeah.
You're not getting anywhere because
Yeah.
you're out of control. You don't have a system. You're not living on a budget, and you buy crap at Target on your credit card, promising you're
Right.
going to take it back, and then you don't.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And so, how's it working for you?
Not good.
Okay, then it's time to change, isn't it?
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so let's download Every Dollar.
Okay.
You got an iPhone or a Droid?
iPhone.
Okay, jump on iTunes and download the Every Dollar app, and then sit down with your husband tonight. You guys do a budget, and you're going to have to do that because you're going to cut up your credit card right now. Have you got your scissors out yet?
I don't. I'm sitting in my car.
Okay.
I will cut it up.
Okay,
I
tonight.
will
Have
do
you got
that.
a debit card?
I do.
Good.
I have a debit card.
So you can do everything you want to do with a debit card. I haven't had a
Yeah.
credit card in 25 years, and I'm
Yes,
perfectly healthy.
Yeah. I know. I don't know. Like, I just feel like.
Yes, you do know.
Okay, I know that it's not good to have it, and
No, I mean, the question is, the thing is this. There's a saying we have that says, until the pain of same is greater than the pain of change, you won't change. Until you are sitting deep enough in doo-doo that you will do something about it, you're not going to change.
Right.
And I don't want you to actually have financial problems due to your misbehavior before you actually change. I'd rather you just have emotional angst like you do right now, like feeling like you need to do this. And I want that to just blow up inside your head right now. For your sake, I don't care. It doesn't affect me.
I know.
I'm gonna talk to Diana from Des Moines in a minute. My life is going to go on. So the question is, what are you going to do to fix your life? Are you going to do something different so that you get a different result?
Right. Yes, I need to cut it.
Today's your day.
All right, I will.
Have you got Total Money Makeover, the book?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. Well, get it out.
That's
You guys get it out tonight.
Like a hypocrite.
Yeah. Let's just have a come to Jesus on the money meeting tonight with the husband, and then you two sit down, turn off the TV, put the kids to bed, and let's just talk, baby. It's time to change. It's time to do something new. It's time to have a new life, a better life, and we're going to have to take some action to cause that to happen. And I think you can do it. I think you know exactly what to do. You're not nearly as helpless as you like to sound like you are. You can do this. You're a lot stronger than you want to sound like you are. You know exactly what to do, and you know exactly how to do it. And you know what you're currently doing is not working, so you know you need to change. So, I think you can do it. If I can help, you call me back anytime.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
All right. Rachel is in White Plains, New York. Hey, Rachel, what's up?
Hi, Dave. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure. How can I help?
Well, I just graduated last December with around $38,000 in debt. And since graduation, I've been my mom's full-time caregiver. She had stage 4 lung cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Well, she passed away last month, and I'm calling because I've inherited around $50,000, and that's just from her bank. I'll be getting like 33% because of my siblings of her 401k and the sale of her home on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just kind of itching to pay off my student loans because it would cover that and then some, just to get myself off a clean slate since I have no other debts. But right now I'm unemployed because of the whole situation. So I was just wondering what your opinion is. What should I should I go for it and pay off my loans?
So how much student loan debt do you have?
Roughly $38,000.
Okay, so that would, if you did that, that would leave you $12,000. Now the whole $50,000 is yours?
Yes.
And that doesn't have to be split with your siblings?
No, I calculated that afterwards.
I mean, so there was 150.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, was there a will?
Yes.
Okay, and who is the executor of the estate?
I will be.
Okay. And have you met with the attorney on the will?
Yes, I just started to get that settled. I'm the youngest of my siblings, and everything's kind of been thrown on me.
Okay, that's all right. You can handle it, I think. I think you sit down with the attorney. The thing is, I want the court's permission or the attorney to give you that it's okay under New York law for you to start dispersing this. Just because you have access to the bank account doesn't mean you have full rights to just start divvying it out. Okay.
Okay.
So,
I was the sole beneficiary of the money with her bank accounts, and under New York, it's separate from the will.
Okay, but you're supposed to disperse you're supposed to disperse some of that to your siblings?
That was under her word, and so the whole bank account is like $150,000.
Yeah. So you've got a problem now.
Yeah.
Okay, because now you are the owner of $150,000. You can't just give away $50,000.
Yeah.
Without without you being pummeled with gift tax.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to stop and back up a little bit. Now, what is this other properties and everything worth?
Well, we have her house, which on Zillow and everything, it's estimated to be like $350,000, but there's open building permits from when my dad took them out in like '92, and the work has never been done. So we would probably have to sell the house for cash for around $150 is what the realtor's estimating we'll get.
Okay, and what was the other thing you had to sell?
Nothing to sell. It's just her 401k.
Oh, okay. How much is in it?
Oh, over $200,000.
Okay, good. So you're going to keep $150 out of the bank account, and you're going to reduce what you receive out of the other two things by $100,000.
Okay.
because that's going to keep you from getting gift taxed.
Mm-hmm.
You see the difference?
Okay.
You're now the owner of 150. If you give 50 to your sister, you're going to have gift tax on that. You can't do that. All right, you're going to get in a mess. So you need to get a good tax person in to help you with this. And now I think I've just changed this where you're sitting on 150K. And yes, I would pay off my student loans in that case, assuming the attorney says that what I'm laying out here is correct. And I want you to make sure you got good legal and good tax advice around this before you start dispersing these funds, and that you do it properly. It sounds like you are, but double check, okay? This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, click the subscribe button to get the latest content and check out these other great clips from the show.
You can do this. You know, that really is the message. Whether you've got $270,000 in student loan debt or $27,000, whether you've got a $50,000 income or a $500,000 income,